All right. Here now. Okay, guys, finish your breakfast. We got a few minutes before announcements.
Yep. Good morning, guys. We have bell work, so if you do not yet have that in front of you, we've got a piece of paper. We're doing the bell work at the bottom, and you can put 6 or 7 things that you learned, I believe, about Simone Biles. No, not that you learned. Words that you think represent her. Okay.
Do we all have pencils? Guys, I'm going to tell you we will be on our Chromebooks, but we will also be writing a lot down. So if you do not have a pencil, you may come get one. Remember, you made breakfast, but please dispose of your trash. It is 18 degrees outside. Bugs are looking for a home.
That's true. They've all found a home in my class. I know. I have called about it and wrote my name down in the book, all the things.
That being said, if we just throw our trash away, bugs don't want to come in here because they're like, dude, there's nothing right. But if we leave our trash out, they're going to make my classroom their new home.
That's right. This on the bottom. You're just writing 6 or 7 words you think represent Simone at the bottom.
There's no prompt.
This is the prompt. Yeah, just 6 or 7 words. Oh, you have to be prepared to discuss why you think they represent her. But no CER. Is that what you're asking?
No CER. We are done with CERs until at least December.
Good morning, Gaddis Middle School, and happy Veterans Day. Can I have your
Write down some
attention
things we
for
learned
the
about
morning
Simone Biles.
announcement?
If you weren't
At
here
this
yesterday,
time,
just
please
write down
stand for
some
the
things
pledge.
you think you know. All right, up and out on the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now let's please pause for a moment of silence.
It's Veterans Day.
Thank you. You may be seated. Students, today is a very special day here at GMS as we will have our Veterans Day program today at 9:30 in the morning. Your teachers have received today's bell schedule, and we will follow that schedule to a T. We will get back on our normal schedule at 10:23 this morning at the beginning of third period. All students will remain in classrooms until the published time and will not report to the gymnasium until I call or a call is made over the intercom system. All students are expected to be in their designated locations, and any student that chooses not to be will be held accountable for that decision. Veterans Day band students and anyone speaking in today's program, please report to the gymnasium at this time. Again, Veterans Day band students and any speakers, please report to the gym at this time. 8th grade and 7th grade release time students that have first and second period release time. Again, first and second period release time students, you will report to room A218 today. All other release time classes are on their normal schedule. Breakers Bella Voce meets this Thursday at the chorus room from 3:30 until 4:45 p.m. Make sure you have transportation arranged. Don't forget, Teacher of the Month for November's Teacher of the Month is up and available to vote. All you have to do is go to the GMS Teacher of the Month app in Launchpad and vote there. The November Teacher of the Month trait is to be engaging. There will be game club tomorrow. Please make sure that you have a ride at the game club. Canteen will be this Friday during all grade level lunches. You must have cash to use the canteen. The main office is not able to receive money from parents to hold it for students. 7th grade Beta Club meets this Friday in the auditorium from 3:30 until 4:30. In behalf of all faculty and staff, happy birthday today to Alan McCurdy, Ariel Mickleborough, Nia Morgan, and Leighton Nova. Happy birthday, students. We'd like to welcome all of our veterans on campus today for High Fives with the Heroes, as well as joining us today for our Veterans Day program. Thank you for your humble and selfless service to our country. Thank you for your attention, and make it a great day.
Alright, when you're done with your bell work, we are going to be in Study Sync today, so since it takes a while, let's get our Chromebooks out and log into Study Sync. The only tab that should be open on your Chromebook today is the tab for Study Sync. We will not be using anything else. And for those of you who came in late, this is Miss Beecham. She will be co-teaching today since Miss Aiken could not be here. For those of you who also were not here earlier in homeroom, if you are not involved in the Veterans Day program, you are going to stay in this class until 9:15, so we can finish it. We got permission for you guys to stay here, okay? And then we will take you to the Veterans Day program. Schedule for today, we'll be in here till 9:15, and then they will start calling classes down to the gym for the program. Then they will have the program, so I will walk you down to the program. You will stay with me. Program will last till about 10:15. And then we're gonna come back up here. You will stay with me until we go to recess and lunch at our normal time. Okay? Bundle up for recess. It is cold. We did that one in section.
Guys, it can be a phrase too. So if you can't think of a word, you can put like works hard. Okay? Do you think she works hard? Okay, she's got a strong work ethic.
Also, if you can work some of your vocabulary words in for yesterday, right, that may work. Remember we said she was resolute because she was determined. Not taking off her spelling, sound it out as best you can. Alright, who can share what are some things we don't remember about Simone Biles in gymnastics? Kennedy?
She challenges like a lot of things.
Very good. She challenges a lot of things. Kaden? What? She is very, very flexible. Right. What else did we learn about her in gymnastics? She has very, very strong legs, and that allows her to do a lot of flips and tricks that most people cannot do. And that is what allowed her to become great. What we're going to do is we are going to continue working with Simone Biles. And we're going to watch a short video on StudySync. As we watch it, I want you to take your packet and you are going to fill out these guided notes as we learn how to find a central idea. So when we look at Simone Biles, we are going to look at how do we find the central idea of an informational text. All right? So everyone look up here. Courtesy close your Chromebooks to 30 degrees. We're going to watch it up here. Courtesy close to 30. What I should see is our pencils out with our papers able to be written upon. So some of us have our papers under our Chromebook. Let's take them out and put them to the side so it's easy for us to take notes when we need to.
We're in the breakfast club.
Yes, we all get here. We have a lot of late buses. All right, are we ready to type up here? Right on here? All right. We're gonna go ahead and watch this video.
What's it all about?
Are you having deep thoughts again?
No, Christina, I'm talking about the central or main idea of an informational text.
Oh, you mean what's the text all about?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah, sort of.
The central or main idea is the key point an author is trying to make.
All right, can we pause for a moment and let's fill out our first section of guided notes. The central or main idea is the key point that the author is trying to make. Our central or main idea is the key point our author is trying to make. Alright, looks like we're good to go on.
Alright. Is everybody ready? Give me a thumbs up. You get an extra second.
In order to find the central or main idea, you gotta look closely for key details.
And then ask yourself, what do these key details have in common?
Ben likes to have conversations with himself.
What's that?
Nothing!
As I was saying, you have to ask yourself,
What do these details have in common?
right. The answer to this question will lead you to the central idea.
And once you've got your central idea, you can use the details you've collected to craft a summary.
And don't forget to be concise. A summary is a short statement that covers the most important ideas in a text.
Alright, I'm gonna pause it right here. A summary is a short statement that covers just the most important ideas. Alright, I like to tell my kids, answer who, what, when, where, and why, And that's your summary. Alright, everybody is putting the summary is a short statement.
If you missed a couple things, don't worry.
I was gonna say, Miss R, where do we start the summary one?
That is down here.
Okay. You called it, how do you write a summary? A summary is a short statement. That bottom line is a summary. It's a short statement. Good. A summary. We need to go over the middle one.
We'll go over, yeah. Alright, are we good with summary?
But remember, no personal opinions or judgments.
Those don't belong there.
Nope.
I'll just have to save them up and tell them to you instead.
Great.
Let's summarize.
Alright, so the key idea is what? Or the main idea is what?
What is our central idea?
That's right.
Good.
It's what they want to say to you. What's the whole purpose of it? It's the central idea. What are they really trying to say? Okay. What's the summary?
Kennedy?
It's a short statement that covers the most important ideas of the text.
Alright, I think some of us might have missed the middle section, so let's go over that middle part. It starts at look for.
So we look for what? Did anyone catch that? Key details, very good. So right here, we're at look for key details as you read. Who can tell me what a key detail is? What is a key detail? Kaden, what do you think a key detail might be? Huh? Good, a descriptive point.
Absolutely.
Would a key detail be something that's important? Important to the text? Exactly. So we're going to look for descriptive details that are important. Okay? Then we ask ourselves, what do these details have in common? So we look at our key details and then we're going to ask ourselves, what do these details have in common? What do these details have in common? And that will be your main idea. So when we look for main ideas, first we find key details. What are the important descriptive details that take place in the article? When we find those, we say, what do those details have in common? And those things that they have in common are going to be our main ideas. So in your study sync, let's look at some key vocabulary terms about central and main ideas.
Any orchestra students performing in the program, please head to the gym now. Orchestra students in the program, please head to the gym now.
Is that any of you guys?
Miss Rodriguez,
Yes.
mine's already filled out.
Yours is already filled out.
Key girl, yeah.
Did you work ahead?
No, it's just already filled out.
It's filled out for you too? Yeah. All right, well, looky here, we got something easy. Y'all can help us fill it out. Are we on the vocabulary section? Sure, yeah.
No, mine isn't.
Can I see? Can I see? Do you all have it filled out? No? Okay.
Are we in the central idea assignment or the first read assignment?
I'm in central idea.
Okay, I think some of us are on the first read.
Yeah, I think
So
so.
if you're in our first read, let's go to our central idea.
It has like a water droplet on the cover of it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the problem. Now are they not
There we
filled out?
are.
Alright, can we log into central or main idea? We're in first read, so we're gonna go back. Can you walk them through this? This is what it does work. Can you just try to log out and log back in? It's just at the end.
Alright, so we already have some definitions from our video that we can quickly sort of plug into this.
Central idea.
Okay, good. So somebody is ahead of me. Let's click on central idea right here where it says select answer. And we're going to select the answer together. I want you all to take a quick look at that. Alright? And raise your hand if you think you know which one is the central idea. Based off of what we read. Kennedy?
Yes. The most important point that an author makes about a topic in a text.
I believe I would agree with you. That is the most important point that an author makes. All right? We also talked about detail. Did you have one? Okay. We also talked about detail, okay? So, let's click on detail since that's one that we just went through also. Where it says select answer, let's read through these. Kennedy has already volunteered. I appreciate you doing that for me, Kennedy. JC.
The subject of the text usually expresses as a single word or phrase in the form of an
I love that you are using your brain today. I'm going to go ahead and let you know we're reserving this one for a different definition. So a detail is usually, if I have little details on a picture or something, what am I kind of looking at? What might it be? Gaspar?
A fact.
A fact, a description, an example, or a reason that further explains the key idea. Do we think that that's it? Okay, I think that could be it. And I'm not going to lie to you, I was not a part of doing the vocab yesterday, but that seems right to me, okay? Now, JC, I bet you've got topic. Everybody click on topic. JC, which one is a topic?
The subject of the text usually expresses a single word or phrase in the form of an
That's right, a single word, okay? So the topic might be Simone Biles, right? The topic might be gymnastics, all right? So a topic is usually a single word that kind of covers the whole of what the text is about. Let's do analyze next because we hear all about analyzing all the time. Analyze the text, analyze this, analyze that. What does to analyze mean? Rylan?
To examine the parts of something in detail.
That's right. Everybody click to examine the parts of something in detail. You guys are doing awesome this morning, all right? So far, we've got 4 out of 5. This is the home run right here, okay? Who thinks they've got it? Gaspar, I appreciate your initiative here. Let me call on somebody who hasn't raised their hand yet. Grant! Grant, what is a supporting idea?
A focused explanation or argument that helps develop the central idea.
I'm not sure if that's correct. Is that correct? I feel like I might have 1 or 2 out of place. I think I have 2 out of place.
Nope, that's it.
Is it?
So a supporting idea is something that helps support that central idea. So the key word, what does it mean to support something? If I support something, what am I doing? I'm giving evidence, right? What if Kennedy was having a really bad day and I said, hey, you can cry on my shoulder, I'm going to support you. What am I doing? Am I helping her or hurting her? I'm helping her. So do we see how support and help can kind of mean the same thing? So when we look at that definition, we can say that, hey, a supporting idea helps develop our central idea. Right? It's something that makes it easier to figure out.
Support is help. That's so good. Alright, are we back on our slideshow, Miss R?
What?
Back on our slideshow?
Yes, we are back on our slideshow.
Alright.
I'm just helping someone out with a charger
It's
issue.
okay. So back to the slideshow. We already did our bell work. We talked about a few of the words. Let's hear a couple more words about Simone Biles. We did. She has strong legs. She is flexible. Anybody have something that we haven't yet said?
Athletic.
She's athletic. That's a great one. She's very athletic. We know that from yesterday's study where we learned all the wonderful, amazing things that she's capable of. Kennedy, did you have another one?
She's inspiring.
Ah, that's a good
Ooh,
one.
I love that one, Kennedy.
Kennedy, it does say be prepared to discuss. Why do you think she's inspiring?
Because like if you look at her and a bunch of like other athletes, I feel like they get some of their inspiration to keep doing what they're doing from her.
Okay, good. So she's made sort of, she's opened a pathway for young women like her to do things that they had never done in history before, right? That is inspiring, to say the least.
All right, so next we are going to move on and we are going to actually practice determining what a central or main idea is when we read our article.
Before we do that, we're going to read our standard together. I always make my kids read the standards out loud together, so when I count to 3, you're going to match my pace and we're going to read it together. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes?
All right, that's right. 1, 2, 3. Compare 2 or more central ideas within an informational text and how each is developed over the course of a text. So being able to take 2 ideas, 2 of these central ideas, and compare how they're developed. All right, our objectives today. We're going to read these together too. These are your I can statements. I can use this knowledge, okay? Are we ready? You are the student, so I can, right? All right. The student will use knowledge of text features and pre-reading skills to hypothesize possible key details. Hypothesize, that's a big word. What do you think it means? Yeah.
Isn't it like the same thing as a hypothesis?
It is. Do you know what that is?
It's where you're predicting what's about to happen.
Okay, good. All right, one more. 1, 2, 3. The student will synthesize those details to determine possible central ideas. Synthesize is a lot like analyze, okay? You got the eyes at the end, all right? Are we ready? Do you have questions about what we're doing today? All right, good. That's important. So we've done this. All right, we're going to go right past that. We've done the vocabulary. Geez, you guys are ahead. To help us understand the article and discover the central ideas, we're going to use the posse method. Is it pronounced posse? Okay. All right, so posse, each of these letters stand for something that we are going to do today. All right, first, we're going to predict. What does it mean to predict?
It's where you have inference on what's about to happen.
That's right, an inference. It's like a hypothesis to predict something. Predict what ideas are in the text. Well, how will we know what ideas are in the text? We're going to look at the structure, specifically the headings. Does anybody know what a heading is?
We're going to pause just for a second because we got a few students who need to leave for the program and I don't want anyone to get distracted by the movement.
Okay, yes,
All right,
that's
so
good.
we will pause for just a minute to let them exit quietly.
You guys think about what a heading might be as they're exiting. This is something you might have heard before. Am I talking about my head? Am I heading right now?
Are we talking about in soccer where we bounce the ball into the ball with our
that's
head?
a good one.
That's a,
No,
yeah.
okay.
No, I'm not saying I'm heading to the gym.
I'm
From the book.
Wait, what? Someone said it. What is it?
Heading from the story.
It's a heading from a story. What is a heading in a story?
Did they all leave?
Yeah, I'll be down to 8.
Okay.
Of course, yes. Yes, sir. Course is going. Yes, sir. What is a heading in a story? It is the title. Very good. It is the title. All right.
Okay. So ideas using the headings. The headings are like the titles. They're like mini titles for what you're gonna read about, okay? So you have the big title, and they're kind of like, I like to call them mini titles, like mini. The next word is O, organize. Y'all know this word, yes? What does it mean to organize?
Make things perfect.
It could mean to make things perfect, but it means to keep things orderly, okay? So we're gonna put things in order. Organize is to order them, okay?
I want you to pause and think about our notebooks. How many would say that when you open your notebook, you know exactly where everything is? How many would say when you open your notebook, it's just a whole bunch of papers shoved in there? All right, that's a few of us in here. We're working on that, right? So to organize means we would take all those papers and we're gonna say, hey, we're gonna put these papers in this section, and these papers in this section, and these papers in this section. All right? We're gonna take all of our thoughts when we predict what the text is gonna be about, and we're gonna put them in order so we know how to find them. All right? The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna search for the structure. Now we're actually going to read the passage. So after we've already predicted what it might be about and organized those predictions, we're gonna read the article and figure out, hey, what is it really about? What really exists? Then we're gonna summarize our main ideas, and we're going to evaluate what did we predict, and was what we came up with before we read the same as what we actually read about. Today we're going to do this one and this one. We're going to do steps 1 and 2.
We can predict and organize, right?
I think so.
I believe so.
I mean, I have trouble organizing my life, but we can organize our thoughts. So what I want you to do is we are going to do this on paper. So let's courtesy close our Chromebooks. We are done with them for today. Yay!
Yay.
And I want you to find this paper in your packet.
It's got little circles on it.
It's got little circles. It's got bubble maps, right? We know what bubble maps are.
And Miss R has taken the liberty of
We
titling it
do.
for you.
So a Venn diagram is where the circles cross each other. Does that make sense? A bubble map is where they don't cross each other. And we use them for different things. Now, this is going to be the fun part. Hold your packet up like this. Ready? And pull. All right.
Yeah, right here, one. And then break it. Right here.
Yep.
I'm gonna let you pull because I'm end up ripping it in half. Yep, right there, from there to there.
All right, we have 2 packets now. We have our article. So if you take your one packet where Central Idea is on top and you turn that page around, we now have our article. So let's look at our article.
Here.
And we're gonna fix that. There you go.
Good. Good.
Yes.
Good.
Good, 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 good. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Miss Beecham, if you can lead them through,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna come around and restaple. We had a little stapling snafu this morning, so we're just fixing that.
Are we gonna read first or?
This is all our free
What
reading.
are some possible text features? Okay,
So let's look at that.
let's talk about some possible text features. So we've already named one text feature. Actually, we've named 2 text features today. Can anybody think of the text features that we've already discussed? JC. A heading, that's a great one. And a heading, like we said, is kind of a mini title for the section that you're reading it about, all right? It tells you, I'm sorry, what?
We're just gonna discuss it right now,
Discussing.
and then we're gonna practice.
All right, so it's like a mini title for the section. What else have we discussed? A text feature, like that you might see if you're looking at a book or a text, something nonfiction. It has to start with something.
What is the very first thing in a text? This is a review from the beginning of the year, so I know it is stretching ourselves.
Ah, that's what I was looking for. The title, all right? The title of the work is a text feature. All right, good. objects. Good.
Now let's think about non-words. Did you know that text features can be things other than words? Let's open to the first page of our article. So turn from what is a central or main idea. Let's look at page 1. And then let's turn to page 2. What are some things we see on page 2 that might help us figure out what this article is about?
Another text feature that you see.
What do we see that
What is
might
that
help
right
us
there?
figure it out?
Y'all know what that is? Okay, we could do an illustration because there's two. So someone said a chart. That is a text feature, but also an illustration. All right, which we also have in here. So we have a chart and we have an illustration. And both of those are things that are put in there to help us understand the text, right? So should we look at them? Or should we just glance over them and just look at the words? Yes, all right, they're in there to help us understand, so we should look at them. I have a tendency, I know I'm guilty, sometimes when I see the pictures, I just keep moving on, all right? But they're there for a reason, okay? Anything else that you wanted to mention? All right, let's move on.
All right, everyone turn to this page. So actually, let's look at the posse chart first. So when we fill out our posse chart, this is what it looks like. So does everyone hold this up so I can see that we're on the right page? All right, this is the graphic organizer that we use to help us understand what our informational texts are about. Okay. So we see we have predict, and then we have our thoughts. This is where we organize all of our thoughts. So we take our predictions, and then we're going to put them together and come up with common ideas about our predictions. Then we read the text and fill out this chart again, but this time with what we've actually read. Okay. And then finally, we summarize all of our thoughts, and then we evaluate. So now let's turn to this page. I made it a little bit bigger so that we could write easily. So we should be on this page right now.
It's got a lot of lines on it.
And we are going to predict what this article may be about by looking at the text features. Okay. So let's
Making
look.
a hypothesis, right? What does it mean to hypothesize? It's like an educated guess, a prediction. All right, good. So we're going to hypothesize based off of the text features. So let's look at some of the text features. Y'all, what's on this very first page right here? It says October 2013. What is that? A heading, good. So, did this take place kind of a while ago? I mean, it's been 12 years, right? Ish. All right. Let's continue on without looking directly at the words, okay? We flip the page over. What's the next text feature that you see? An illustration. And can you tell me what this illustration is supposed to represent? It says it at the footnote at the bottom of the illustration. This table's doing awesome. Let me get this table.
All right, what do we think this illustration shows us about the article and what it might be about? What do we think?
There's a footnote at the bottom of the
Bottom.
illustration.
It's a diagram comparing the types of professional and athletes across several sports.
That is the next one. That is correct on the next one. We're looking at the one where it looks like a girl is tumbling around.
The diagram showing Simon that some of them one of a kind, more routine maneuvers, style.
All right, good. So, what can we see? How high can she jump? Let's get from that back table. How high does this woman jump?
9 feet and 4 inches.
Wow, 9 foot 4 inches, okay? That is a jump. Look at her body in that illustration. That's wild, okay? I'm like 5'8", so we're adding on what, like 3 more feet? Sheesh, Okay? Yeah, I know. That guy's face is like, whoa. He is amazed. All right? I'm amazed too. That's incredible. Let's keep looking at some of these text features. So the next one says what? Beginnings, which might indicate that the author is going to talk about what? The beginnings of her life. That's a hypothesis. Good job, JC. All right, I hope JC wasn't the only one in here to get that.
All right, so let's pause and write some of these down. So what have we just mentioned that this article might be about? The beginning of her life. So we're going to write this in our protection. So we're going to write the article talks about the beginning of her life. So on our prediction sheet, we're going to write the article talks about the beginning of her life.
You want them on the one with the squares or the one with just the
What were the
lines?
lines?
Okay. This is not
Trent,
wrong.
can we write down what we think it's going to be about? The article's about the beginning of her life. So article's
we
going to be
said
about the beginning of her
It's
life.
about the beginning of her life, but what does this illustration indicate that this also might be about? Her, her vertical gymnastics, that's right. Her accomplishments in gymnastics, right? She's got a whole maneuver named after her, the biles. Okay, so if I was a basketball player and I had a special move I always used and they called it the Beecham, all right, would that be pretty special? Yeah, so do you think this is pretty special that she gets a whole maneuver named after her? Right, okay? And so we said gymnastics, we're starting to make a hypothesis. We've got the beginnings here, but we've also kind of got the ending. We've got the ending before we've got the beginning, right? She's got a whole gymnastics move named after her. So do you think that could you predict that we might go through her lifeline? Maybe.
So we're going to talk about the beginning of her life. What else is it going to talk about? It's going to talk about her accomplishments. What does accomplishment mean?
Tell me. Goals, all right. Goals is one way, all right, but do you think that accomplishment is before the goals or after the goals? After the goals. That's right. So to meet your goals is an accomplishment. That's a good way to put it.
Okay, so we've got three things. It talks about the beginning of her life. All right, then we're going to write, it talks about her accomplishments. All right, it talks about her accomplishments. We write that sentence here. We say it talks about her accomplishments. You gotta write that down. Where's your pencil? All right, let's write that down. You can write it on the bottom if you want. You want me to post it
Good job.
to your desk?
Good job back here.
Can you write about the accomplishments? Sorry. And then it also talks about her gymnastics moves. So we're going to say it talks about her gymnastics moves. Good job.
Give me a thumbs up when you're done. Just set it on your desk.
And
Okay, good. Good. Good, Gaspar. See you back there. Sit your thumbs up on your desk when you're done. Till I see that everybody's ready. JC, I got you. Caitlin, I got you.
one more word. Can you write accomplishments down? Let's see if we can do accomplishments, and then maybe we can wait for this one next, okay?
Alright, I'm gonna go, I know a few of you are still writing. We're gonna go ahead and move on for the sake of time, alright? So, if we continue to look at this, we're done with page 1. Now we're on this page that has a table and an illustration. And before we read any of the text, we're gonna take a look at what the footnote on these say. So look at that table first. Let's get a reader who hasn't yet read for me. where it says a table. Somebody from this table in the back. That's good. We voted him? All right. Go for it.
Who do we go with? Matthew, can we read right here?
Table comparing both scores at the 2016 Olympic women gymnastics all around finals.
Oh my gosh, I love when the author does the compare and contrast for me so I don't have to do it. Are any of y'all tired of compare and contrast essays?
Yes.
Me too. The author
knows how.
has taken the liberty of doing the compare and contrast for you. So you don't have to go do your own research, all right? You don't have to look up all these other people. It's right there in front of you. And if we look at this, did she do better than everybody else? Yeah. Look at her scores. Look at the table and look at those names. Go across the table from left to right. Did she do better than everybody else? Yeah. All right. So not only are we talking about her accomplishments, that's sort of solidified, okay, right here. Because now we have her moves that she's done, but now we also have her scores, okay? So when we have this accomplishments part, you can write that we've learned that she had a move named after her, and we can see her scores.
Right.
Before we ever even look at the text, we know she's the winner.
Let's write that down on our paper. We know from these scores that she won the Olympics. And do you notice how when we compared, we judged our administrators yesterday, they had multiple scores and we added for the total? You can see that now in this chart, they did the scores the same way. So we can see that she won the Olympics. Good job keeping up. Good job, Elsa. Good job.
I'm going to move on for the sake of time. The next one is an illustration. And it says that this is the height of professional athletes. And the first one is Simone Biles. She's a tiny little 4'8", okay? A lot of energy in a small package, right? 4'8". That's a foot shorter than me because I'm 5'8". So, what is that, about a foot? She's a tiny little thing, right? This tiny little thing jumps 9 feet into the air with her whole body. That's pretty impressive,
Like
right?
way up here.
Yes, that's like way up here. All right, now let's take a look as we move on. We've got a baseball player, we've got a swimmer, and these athletes are only starting to grow. Once you get into basketball, we've got this 7'6" guy, Yao Ming, who plays basketball, right? You're taller than the baseball guy? Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty short, isn't it?
All right, so it says that this is a diagram comparing the heights, and I think that this just goes to show you, again, it's sort of showing that accomplishment that she's this tiny little person full of strength and energy, right?
So how do we sum that up? What do we find out about her from this chart that we think they're going to focus on in this story? She was short, but she got hops. I like that.
As Kennedy said earlier, athletic, okay? But yes, got hops. She's got hops. She's athletic. The woman can jump out the roof.
And I love how Bentley is so good at, he explains things and puts it in his own words.
That's right.
And I love that because that's what ELA is about, is putting it. So I love how he says, she got hops. Write that down because we want you putting things in your own words.
All right. Once you have that, we're flipping the page. Right past paragraph number 9, we have a new text feature. It's actually a same old text feature, but it's a new name. What do we have and what is the name? It's a heading, that is correct. And it says the challenges of fame. So let's make a prediction. I think the heading sums it up pretty well. What do you think this is going to be about? Ah, that's perfect. She's going to go through some challenges. That fame does not come without a cost. Where's your super special pen?
It is super, here it is, that one doesn't have batteries. This one is super special because it breaks, and so you have to write very gingerly.
Got it. All right. So it says that the challenges of fame. We're gonna predict that Simone. All right, very gingerly.
Yes.
Simone faces. Let's use another word instead of challenges. What might we predict? Yes. Problems. That'll work. Faces problems.
Hardcore things, I like that. She faces hardcore things.
Use your own words, just like Bentley and our friend here. I'm sorry. All right. Simone faces problems, and sorry, my M is really, really bad. I can try again.
There you
There
say
we go.
my M's.
All right. Faces problems. And is it with her everyday life because she's a normal person, or what? Faces problems with what? Maybe
Look back at that
gymnastics.
title though. What does that title say? Does it say gymnastics or does it say something else?
Fame.
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 Very good.
With fame. To be famous.
Fame is hard.
That's right.
It is hard. That's.
Some challenges.
I tell you, I struggle. I can't go anywhere easy.
Good morning,
without
Ennis
being
Middle School.
recognized.
Thank you for your attention as I set expectations for today's
All right,
Veterans Day
Put our pencils
assembly.
down.
Today is a very special
we're
day
gonna
in the
listen.
history of our
Put our
country,
pencils down.
and a day where we honor all those who have served in the United States Armed Forces. Students, I'd like to set some very quick and clear expectations before you report to the gymnasium. First of all, I'd like to remind you that having an assembly is a privilege. It is not a right. However, we will do our very best every single day to make sure that we honor those who have served this country. So please, at this time, listen to a very simple expectation. When and only when your grade level is called, you will report to the gymnasium and sit in your designated area. The 8th graders will sit in the upper bleachers. The 7th graders will sit in the lower bleachers, but in the section closest to the restrooms and coaches' offices, while the 6th graders will sit in the section closest to the gym lobby. When you report to the gymnasium, you will sit in that designated area, and when the assembly begins, you will be respectful, you will pay attention, and you will clap for our assemblies and our speakers. Sarcastic clapping, disruptive behavior, and talking while our speakers are talking will not be tolerated, and unfortunately, will force me to have to remove the program, so please do not do that. Teachers, the expectation is that we stand in the aisles and help monitor our students and enjoy today's assembly. To our parents and honored guests, you are welcome, and we are glad you are here today. At this time, 8th graders and 8th graders only report to the gymnasium and be seated in the upper bleachers by classes. We will call for 7th grade in a few moments. Thank you.
All right, did we hear all of that? No, what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave our things here, and we will walk you down for the program, and then we will come back and we will get our things, and then we will go to recess. Again, what are the expectations that Mr. Roper gave you?
Don't go to Catholic.
We are. So we're gonna go to the program for an hour, about an hour, and we'll come back here at 10:15. And normally recess is at 10:20. So then we'll sit here for 5 minutes and hang out and relax, and then we'll go to recess. And then everything for the rest of the day is gonna be 100% normal. No more changes. It's just this crazy first period. But we usually have a really good. We're gonna be respectful, right? Can we put these in our notebooks, please? And we're gonna head down as soon as he calls us. Yeah, oh, that's right. So I'll have, when you come back, you don't want to go to Carter's class? No. I'll just hold on to you and I'll send you right to lunch. When you go down to recess, I'll just walk you into lunch, okay? I'm glad you remembered that one. Just cross things, so
Okay.
you want to make sure you got the right place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, the precursor of things that could be great.
All right. Well, thank you guys for inviting me into your classroom today.